Welcome back to the Farm2Table Show. Today we are talking about the joy of a newborn baby and reflection on lost loved ones. Good morning, everyone, and especially to my morning crew. I hope you all are off to a good start today. Hope you're all doing well. I am, as you can probably tell by now, Memorex Ryan today. We are off back to the hospital. Yesterday we had a brand new granddaughter come into the world. Got to see her, and so this morning we're getting up and being up there early so we can check on Mama and visit, maybe see the baby one more time before we head off to work tomorrow. So it is Memorex Ryan. Today we will figure out the next few days what we're going to be doing because we're going to be busy watching the other grandkids. And as many of you know, my house is in renovation, so it's not exactly up for the task. So we will be out of pocket, but I am coming up with a plan so that I can be with y'all or have it recorded and ready to go. But anyway, so no redneck weather report today, guys. Sorry. It is, at least down here, let's check and see. It is 45 with a high of 77 and sunny. I have been enjoying this weather the last few days. I don't know about y'all. But anyway, we're going to move right along. Again, everybody that's in today, I hope you're doing well. And sorry that I'm not with you live, but look forward to being back with you all at the soonest possible chance. So let's move on in and get homestead hacks out of the way. Let's see what we got today. DIY fire starters from kitchen scraps. Now, it kind of took me back. I had to read that twice when I first saw that, first came across it. So here's the hack. Make your own fire starters using dryer lint, wax, and egg cartons. Are you interested? Here we go. Stuff the dryer lint into each cup of a cardboard egg carton. Pour melted wax over the top and let it cool. Sounds simple enough right there. So then you tear off a section when you need a quick starting fire for the wood stove or campfire or whatever. Now here's why it's great. It reuses waste, no chemicals, and it's long lasting and easy to store. Makes sense to me. That'd probably be good in Ziploc. Put them in Ziploc bags and have them in your backpack, or have them out as a prep as well. Sounds like a good possible good little hack there. I like that. If any of you've ever done something, or if you got a hack like that, leave it in the comments or drop it in the chat, and we'll see how it goes. But anyway, so here we go. That's that. So, the topic of today. Let me get this over here. As always, my pages are a little out of order, but we will get it figured out. The joy of a newborn baby. How wonderful it is, and reflection on lost loved ones. This morning's message is personal. It's one of those reflections that's been, kind of on my heart since yesterday. It's about the joy that comes with the birth of a baby, and the ache that stays when someone we love is no longer with us. And not going to be a downer. I promise you we're going to finish this on a high note today. But anyway, as I said, just yesterday, my wife and I welcomed a new granddaughter into the world. She was a bit early, about a month early, if my calculations are even remotely correct, or maybe a little under. But either way, she's early, but she's healthy. Lungs were doing well. She had a good scream, and she was eating and breathing and everything, on her own. Everything's there. So the Lord blessed us with that, and we're grateful for that. And Mama's doing okay as well. But got the road ahead for the next few while recovery happens there, as well as just regular life. So that's what we're going to be doing. But anyway, uh, many of you have kids and grandkids, and so there's really not telling you, but there's nothing quite like holding that tiny, precious life in your arms. It's a holy moment. And honestly, it is like time stands still. Her her cry, even the way she stretches a little bit, and kind of the faces she makes, and just kind of already at this little bitty 5 pound, 3 ounce, baby girl. And like I said, she's a bit early. She's tiny. But she was eyes were open. She was looking around. It's just amazing. Um, but it reminds us that God is still in the business of creating beauty. He's still in the business of creating. She joins the other grandchildren who have already brought so much joy to our lives, each one of them unique, each one a little miracle in their own right. And, it's just, it's one of those things that's great joy, and I'm enjoying it. And it's like it never gets a feeling that never gets old. But even in the middle of that joy, there's a space in our heart that still aches. October of 23, we lost a granddaughter. She was a few weeks from her due date, and unfortunately, a umbilical cord incident, and she did not survive. And I will tell you that there's no greater heartache than to hold your granddaughter that never got to breathe in this world, and to have to preach her funeral, to take her to a cemetery to pick out her tombstone. There's just nothing that can describe that. And there's no easy way to talk about it. There's no word that captures the weight of losing a grandchild, even if we didn't get to hold her the way we had hoped. That grief, it doesn't disappear, but it settles in beside the joy, because we had another granddaughter shortly after, and now we have another one. So the Lord has blessed us, and but it just settles in there beside the joy, and somehow we can carry both. Um, when I held this newest granddaughter just yesterday, I couldn't help but think about the one we lost, because it was her mom as well. So this was a sister, and I imagine them side by side, and I wonder, you know, uh, I know what she looked like. They would have been out. They would have been sisters, no doubt. I mean, couldn't hide it. But what her laugh would have sounded like, or whatever. And I'll be honest with you, it's a little bit tear up, a little bit of a sad moment, but at the same time, not just sad ones, sacred ones. In that moment, I felt the presence of heaven and of the Lord. When we welcome a new life, we often feel the absence of those who've gone on before us more deeply. And whether it's your mom or your granddad, a sibling, a child, a dear friend, someone who meant the world to you, and you should have been here who should have been here to witness this new beginning. And yet, in the mystery of it all, they're with us. I think about my grandmother, the way she used to hum a hymn while rolling biscuits in the morning. Think about her strong hands, her soft voice. And even though she's gone, somehow she's still here. Somehow her prayers still cover, and her faith still whispers through our family. Um, Joy and sorrow holding hands. Anyway, Scripture tells us in Ecclesiastes, to everything there is a season, a time to be born and a time to die. And somehow in this season, we're living in the overlap. We're celebrating the beauty of new life while honoring those lost. We've had loss in our family the last few years, and it's been difficult. And I think that's where a lot of us live, especially those of us who walk the land, who are out doing things. Those of you who tend animals, raise families. We live the full rhythm of life. We see it all: the birth, the loss, the renewal. Whether it's in a garden, whether it's in animals, and just in life. But we learn to embrace it. It's part of the beauty and the majesty of what we live. And joy doesn't cancel out grief, and grief doesn't take away joy. They coexist. Um, like sun and shadow, spring and autumn, and like planting and harvest. So if today you're holding a new life in your arms like we have been, or maybe just beginning in your heart, we'll rejoice with you, and we'll be right there with you. And if you're carrying a loss, one that still catches you off guard, still brings tears when you least experience it, and I'll promise you it happens, whether it's my father, my mother, our granddaughter, those things are always there. And we'll stand with you on that too, because that's what family and friends and community is all about. We don't have to choose between the two. We just have to keep showing up for both. My grandchildren, they're part of my legacy. And they remind me of God's faithfulness, His creativity, His love. And the one we lost, she reminds me that heaven is real, that life is fragile, and that we are held even in our heartbreak. Because I can tell you, without our faith and without my faith, I could not have gotten through that period of time in life. But yet, there's been so much joy with the other grandchildren. And I believe that her life mattered. And I believe she's now in the presence of God and Jesus, who gave us these other grandchildren to love and to raise. And if you're listening today and you've been through something similar, I hope this reminds you you're not alone. Hold them close, speak their names, and tell their stories. Because legacy isn't just in the land or in the work of our hands. Our true legacy is in our children and our grandchildren and those memories that shape us. Thank you for just kind of letting me share a little bit today. It's what the Farm to Table Show is really all about: real life, real family, the real rhythms of joy and sorrow, faith and farming, loss and legacy. But we always got to be grateful. We always got to have a heart of gratitude, and we always got to find peace in both. And I tell you, I get sad a little bit when I think about our granddaughter Gianna. When I think about my mother and father, my wife's mom, brother-in-law, my son-in-law, one of my son-in-law's dads, um, you know, other close friends that we've lost in the same period of time. Just 2023, 2022, that whole period of time was just brutal. But yeah, here we are, and life goes forward. We don't forget. The pain doesn't go away. You just learn to live and learn to have that joy. And I will tell you, yesterday, there was the nerves. We were afraid because it was cesarean. We were having to do things early because of my daughter's blood pressure being too high. So there was prayer, and there was nerves, and there was anxiety. But when we got the word that everything was okay, there was a sigh of relief. And then when we seen that beautiful baby girl, and we seen our daughter come back from the OR, and she's, alert, and she's doing fine, and she's well, and we got to hold that brand new, beautiful baby girl in our arms. And, there was a sense of great relief. There was also a sense of joy and peace, that this new life, this tiny baby that literally is, 5 pounds and like 18 inches, long, little baby girl. But I got a feeling she's going to be full of life, much like her siblings. So looking forward to this. It's going to be tiresome over the next few weeks for everybody, but it's going to be a joyous time, and we are grateful for that, and we're grateful to our Creator. And so, through pain and through life, we still have joy. And just wanted to share a little bit of that with y'all today. Kind of invite you in on a little bit of something personal. It's going to be a shorter show today, just simply because it's being recorded, and I don't have the interaction that I normally get through the chat. So I'll be missing you guys. We'll be back as soon as we can on that side. As far as being live, we have got so much coming up. The schedule just keeps going. We keep getting asked to do more and more, which is great. It's a good problem to have. But, at the same token, it's, man, I told my brother today, when do we find the time for all this? But, so anyway, and I know some of y'all are going to say congrats and all this stuff, and I'll get back to it. And thank you ahead of time for that, and, for this community and what you are to us here at the Farm to Table Show. So we're going to move right on. And like I said, it's going to be a shorter show today, not as long, but it's a great show. It's a great day. Yesterday was a great day, and didn't finish the way we started out, and, was not expecting it. I shared with many of y'all that it was sometime between now and the end of April we were expecting. Came a little early. And so that's good for us. But anyway, so that's that. And, the quote of the day that I'm using today, I've heard this, and, I think in days like this and in times of difficulty, this should apply to all of us. But this is the quote: "The farmer has to be an optimist, or he wouldn't still be a farmer." And that was said by Will Rogers, famous Oklahoman. But anyway, I think there's true. I think that, when we plant things and we put seeds in the earth and we put effort into things, we have to be optimistic, or we wouldn't keep doing it. So take that optimism and put it to work, and put it into the soil, put it into your family, put it into all your endeavors. I spent a little bit of time last night on the live with Dodge and Chris, and just mainly they're starting out doing lives now on Hippie Homestead. So y'all need to go check that out Tuesday nights at 7. They're doing their lives. Go check those guys out. It's Hippie, Hippy dash Cowye, Cowya, I think, Cowye Homestead. Go check those guys out. And check out their content and join them on the lives, give them a little boost. But that's what I was doing last night, and being, a little bit of an encourager, just laughing about some things. But anyway, so don't forget to check them out. So let's move on into our upcoming events, because boy, do we got a bunch of them. New Beginnings Homestead Expo this Saturday, April 12th. Keith and I, along with Mr. P, will be up there, and Keith and I are speaking and going to be on the panel, speakers panel up there. Check that out that's at Trinity Church in Nowata, Oklahoma. It's from 10 to 4. You can check that out on Facebook under New Beginnings Homestead Expo. It's an event. You can search that and find it. Get all the details and information. It's free if you just want to go to the vendors. It's $15 to come in and hear the speaker presentations, which is a great price. So if you can make it up there, look forward to seeing you. If not, we'll have some footage, we'll have some interviews, and we'll have some video coming out with that. April 25th and 26th, the Shindig Ozark Living Expo, Newton County Fair and Rodeo, Jasper, Arkansas. Like I said, Zach Bauer is going to be at that one, and it's absolutely free. They just asked for a parking donation. Homestead Conference, April 25th and 26th in Waco, Texas. That has got a lineup that is just phenomenal built up. That is a top-notch lineup set up there. I know the Salatons, Daniel and Joel, Roy Fix is going to be there. The Doughertys are going to be there. And man, the list just goes on. So that one's in Waco, Texas, April 25th and 26th, called the Homestead Conference, first-year event. If you're in that area, look that up. Same weekend, Homesteading and Outdoor Expo, April 26th, Port St. Lucie, Florida. Don't know much about that other than that. That same weekend, the 25th and 26th, the first annual River Valley Homestead Conference and Poultry Show, Sebastian County Fairgrounds in Greenwood, Arkansas. That one's right there is in Keith and I's backyard, so we're going to have to try to figure out our schedule and bounce over there and try to get a little bit of time over there and check that new event out. But that same weekend, oh man, the 10 Killer YouTube meetup, April 25th through the 27th, Lake 10 Killer, Oklahoma. That's at the Cherokee Landing State Park in the Creek Shelter. RSVP to 10 Killer YT meetup at gmail.com for RSVP, and or if you get any questions. Now, Keith's probably going to be the one doing it, but that Thursday, the 24th, we just found out that Olive Branch Aquaponics is doing a grand opening of a new aquaponics facility that they've been working on down in Hugo. So I think Keith is going to be trucking down to get some video on that and do a little bit of on the road with our good friends, Olive Branch Aquaponics. So we'll be looking forward to some of that content maybe coming out after the fact. But also, we're just going to support a friend. See what I mean about too much going on? Mid-America YouTube Meetup, Lake Eufaula State Park, May 16th through the 18th. That's going to be at the Deep Fork Campground Pavilion. That's where the Nature Center's at. MT, as in Mike Tango, MT Homestead is the host. You can reach them at mthomesteadok@gmail.com for more information about that. The 5th annual Farm Homestead Festival, May 17th in Garland, Kansas. June 6th through the 7th, the Homestead Festival, Hardison Mills near Columbia, Tennessee. That's another massive event. Goes on there at Roy Feeks Ranch down there. Again, the speaker lineup is top notch. So definitely want to get there. Another big event, same month of June, Modern Homesteading Conference in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, June 27th through the 28th. You can find out more information about that at modernhomesteading.com. And of course, then we jump forward to September 5th and 6th, Ozark Homestead Expo in Marshfield, Missouri. This is their 6th year up there, I believe. Yeah, 6, something like that. They've been there for a while. Top-notch lineup there as well. Huge event. Keith and I plan to be there for that one. It was a great time last year. Looking forward to being back again this year. A lot of people going to be there. So it's going to be a big one. And of course, the end of September, our very own Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous at the Southeast Expo Center in McAllister, Oklahoma. That's September 26th and 27th. It's going to year 2 is shaping up to be phenomenal. last year, first year event was great. It's looking even bigger this year. A lot of people signing on. A lot of people are going to be there to speak, present, vendors, sponsors. All of it's going on. As I was just spending last night on a little bit of chat with Chris and Dodge. Things are going well there, and so it's just going to be much improved and much bigger. So looking forward to that. And of course, October 10th and 11th is the Homesteaders of America Conference. October 10th and 11th, like I said, in Front Royal, Virginia. Again, as I've said in some of the other ones, that is the granddaddy of them all. Someone that kind of got it all started and kicked off. So it's going to be the lineup there. And they still do have tickets for sale the last time I checked, which was the other day. So you can still get tickets. Got to be running out soon. They were getting low. But anyway, so that is the upcoming events. And like I said, we're going to be continuing to release videos out from Okie as we've been doing. We had a new one drop last night, which was Amy and Chris with Leonard Mountain Homestead. They were our ticket winners. They ended up, we received the tickets that we gave away for the Okie Homestead Expo. So go check that video out as well as the others that we've dropped. So anyway, and more will be coming out on Facebook, Rumble, and X. Right now, been getting them all out on YouTube, and we'll continue to drop those out over the next few days and whatnot. But anyway, a lot of work behind the scenes to get those ready. But anyway, so be sure and check those out. Yep, I think that's it, guys. I hope that y'all are having a great Wednesday. I hope you've stayed and enjoyed the show. Wish I was there live, but we'll get back at it. Anyway, that is a wrap for today on the Farm to Table Show, morning edition. Thanks for joining us as we strive towards building stronger communities for now and in the future. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to hit that like button. If you like any of the episodes, go check them out. Hit that like button. Give us the old thumbs up right there. Share it. Oh, man, share it with your friends. If you really value our content, if you think what we're doing is good for the community, if you think we're putting out good information, share that with your friends, because that's the way this message gets out. It's through sharing. That helps it, that helps more than anything. Of course, subscribe to our channels on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Rumble. It is the best way to stay connected and help grow the conversation about food, farming, and community. Some days you'll have days like today where I share a hack, but, also share a little bit of my personal side. Just kind of some of what was on my heart today. But anyway, until next time, keep your roots deep and your vision growing. Good food starts with great people just like you. Remember that we are hashtag stronger together. I'll even throw the other hashtag up there today. Hashtag think outside the big box. Think outside. Rewind. Man, I messed that one up. Hashtag think outside the big box store. Shop local. So that credit to Jack Dyer on that one for helping us come up with that. Anyway, be a blessing to someone. We will see you all on the other side. The intention is to be back with you live. However, as always, work schedule and life schedule, sometimes things happen, so I have to record them. But I will be back with you all live just as soon as possible. And looking forward to seeing many of you this coming weekend at the New Beginnings Homestead Expo in Nowata, Oklahoma. Everybody have a great day. Again, be a blessing to someone. Just a smile can change somebody's day. Anyway, God bless you all, and we will see you soon. I'm going to hand this to Hank to take us on out of here.
No humans were harmed in the production of this podcast.